and hit record here today. The reason for that is that we will be offering you the ability to watch this at a later date. We typically post these webinars to YouTube. We can also send you a direct recording. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to our presenter, Ms. Lacey Rowe. Lacey has worked at American Airlines Credit Union for over 6 years. And when I asked her what her favorite part of her job is, basically, she's in the right role because she wants to help members grow their businesses. A couple fun facts about Lacey. She has 3 dogs, and she recently earned her master's degree in digital marketing from East Tennessee State University. I think it goes Buck Wild Bucky. Lacey, the floor is yours. I'll see you here in just a moment for some polling questions and general questions.
Thanks so much, Jack, and thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate it so much. We've got a lot to cover, so I'm going to get straight into it. The first thing I do have to say is that the information given in this presentation is not legal advice or legal opinion and should not be construed as such. Please consult with a qualified legal counsel as to your particular needs. The sources referred to here, including any products or websites, are for informational purposes only and do not represent any endorsement by the credit union of such products or websites. So moving right along, we'll talk about what we're going to cover today. This is a highly requested topic. My members ask for it a lot. So I'm going to cover as much as I can about SEO, but I do want you to just keep in mind that it's a larger topic than we can cover in an hour. In fact, I'm living proof that you can actually get a whole master's degree in it. And so I will give you as much information as I can. All of this information here is kind of where I would start. If I was your SEO expert running your website, but just know if I don't cover every single thing, it's not me trying to keep things from you or anything like that. It's just because I've got a time limit here. So what we will cover is we're going to start with terminology related to SEO, so you know what I'm talking about. Then we're going to talk about understanding internet search. It's kind of important to understand the fundamentals before you can understand why what we say will works, why SEO is important for your business, tips for optimizing your small business website, and tips for local business SEO. As well as monitoring your progress, we will answer questions, and then we will talk about some products and services that we have here at the credit union that can help you grow your business. All right.
My turn, right, Lacey?
It's all you.
All right. So you guys, there should be a poll being presented in your screen. We just want to know, to get a pulse of the room, where are you at in your small business journey? Are you A, have a business that's up and running? Are you B, kind of in the process of setting up your business, laying the groundwork? Or is it C, you've not yet started, but you're trying to absorb as much information as you possibly can right now? Lacey, what do you kind of see when you're talking to people in your role and in these webinars? Where are most people at in their small business journey?
In the webinars, I think a lot of people are coming because they are either in the process of starting or they have it up and running, but just kind of beginning. That's a lot of our audience members. So I'm gonna guess that most people land on B, in the process of starting up my business.
And you know what? I'm going to redo this. I had the wrong poll showing. Nobody even asked a question about it. So let's redo that. Let's set it for 30. I'm so sorry, y'all. You can tell we're live because, this happened. So let me redo that. We're at A, my small business is up and running, or you're in the process of setting up your business, or I'm here for more information. Sorry about that, y'all. That explains why we weren't getting the greatest participation. People were probably looking at us like, question doesn't match the polling options. So we are seeing a little bit more people jumping on board. Sorry about that.
Here we are. Thanks, you guys. Yeah, it happens.
All right. So we got a majority of everybody's responded. I'm going to go and close this, and I'm going to go ahead and share these poll results. It looks like it's a pretty darn even split. We didn't get
Wow.
everybody responding, but it's about a third across the board. So hopefully, Lacey, what you're about to share with us, the meat and potatoes, can fit wherever people are in their business journey. I'll turn it back to you.
Thank you, Jack. That's really interesting. I've actually never had one of our polls where we were so evenly divided, but I'm so glad all of you are here. And I do think that we have some good information for wherever you are in your journey. So moving right along, we'll talk about terms really quickly. SEO, what I'm talking about when I say SEO, if you didn't already know, it's search engine optimization, and it refers to the process of developing your website to improve your website's ranking in organic or unpaid searches. This does not apply to paid or direct traffic. So direct traffic is what we mean when your visitors go www.yourwebsite.com. And then paid is like when you see those ads whenever you search Google for something and you see the ads at the top of the screen. Organic search is these search results that appear on Google that are calculated algorithmically and not affected by paid advertisements. So you cannot pay to be the top of the organic search. You can pay to be the top of the paid search. Paid advertisements are shown by search engines to appear on search results pages. There's a different method to making those work for you. So what we're talking about today is the organic. Algorithm is the process used that allows a computer to complete a task or solve a problem. In this presentation, the algorithm refers to the process Google uses to determine the most relevant search results for a search query. So essentially what Google has programmed to help lead searchers to the websites that they're looking for. Bounce. This is a term, I'm so sorry. This is a term used to describe when users land on a website and then immediately return to the search results pages. So they go to your website and then they back straight out of it. This tells Google that the searcher's intent was not met by the website, and it actually hurts your search rankings. So we're going to try to, as much as we can, we try to avoid bounces. Especially for the keywords that we want to rank for. Keywords are words that your target audience is using to search for your services. Long tail keywords are keywords that are long and specific. As a rule, long tail keywords have fewer search results, but are also less competitive. I'm going to go add some more context to what long tail keywords are a little bit later on, but you kind of get an idea. Instead of searching for red shirt, the search results will, the searcher is searching for something like red shirt with a logo on it or something like that, you know, something that is a bit more long tail than just red shirt. Content is the textual, oral, or visual content published and is part of the user's experience on a website. So that's anything basically that your users are seeing or experiencing on your website. Moving right along, the fold. This is the dividing line of what users can see in a search or on a website before scrolling. So when they land on your website, what is exactly on that page from the top to the bottom, that bottom line is called the fold. Keyword competition, that is websites that are already ranking for your keywords. That's the websites that you want to try to beat. Opportunity keywords are keywords that do not have as much competition. Backlinks is when another website links to your website. Dead links is when a link on a website or article or blog post does not connect to anything. Those are not good. A title tag is an HTML markup that specifies the title of a web page. In other words, this is the headline that appears on the search engine results page. And you want to try to keep this between 50 to 60 characters. Don't make your title too long. Image alt text is a short written description of an image which explains what the image is in the event that it cannot be viewed. You want to add alt text to your images. I'll explain why later on. H1, H2, H3, whatever. H stands for headings or headers, and then the 1, 2, and 3 designates which one you're at. If you ever watch or read blog articles or something like that online, you will see that you'll see several headings, and those all matter in when it comes to SEO, and I'll explain how. LSI keywords are keywords and phrases that are closely related to your target keyword. Again, I'll explain in more context a little bit later on, but they're not at your exact keyword, but they're related to it. Web analytics is the collection, reporting, analysis of a website, website data to understand and optimize website usage. We'll talk about different tools that are available to you online later on.
And
All
Lacey,
right.
just for those that are thinking, oh my gosh, that's so much definitions and things like that, I just want to point out for the attendees, if you request a copy of today's presentation on the survey that's going out at 12:30, we'll send you a PDF of today's presentation, which will include those terms and anything else that Lacey's sharing today. So just a quick plug to head off any concerns that people might be thinking about taking notes as they go.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Just request the copy of the presentation. It'll all be on there. Okay, so understanding internet search. This is kind of a basic rundown of kind of what's behind the scenes and why it matters. As of June 2021, 92.6% of all internet searches worldwide are conducted through Google. All other search engines combined, which is Bing, Yahoo, Baidu, which is in China, and Yandex, which is in Russia, they share the remaining 7.4%. So when I say optimize for Google, this is why we don't necessarily worry so much about optimizing for Bing or Yahoo at this point, because all of them combined don't even scratch the surface really of what Google does in terms of searches. Now, this could change in the future. If you're as old as I am, you can remember when Yahoo was actually the top dog, but as of right now, Google is the one to optimize for. Google changes its search engine algorithm frequently, so keep that in mind as well. What that means for us is that SEO changes, so it's not really a set it and forget it kind of thing. It is really something that if you want to remain on top of the Google searches in organic search, you're going to want to stay on top of SEO and either handle it yourself on your own website or hire somebody to do it. But it's definitely not something that just because you're ranking now doesn't mean you will rank if you leave it alone. Somebody will eventually probably beat you out. Don't let this all intimidate you. Most of the updates that Google does are minor, so just keep that in mind. But what is interesting to just know, and just keep this in mind when you're setting up your website and when you're choosing your content. Google remains their ultimate goal is to remain the top dog in terms of searches. And the way that they do that is by connecting people who are searching for something to relevant websites. And so as long as you understand that that is first and foremost what is going to matter to Google, you can kind of frame your website around that. When you're setting it up, when you're choosing what words you want to rank for, that's what you want to keep in mind is how to show the people who come to your website right away that this is what's on this page. This is a relevant website to your search. Talking about B2B or business to business, technology companies, B2B and technology companies generate twice as much revenue from organic search than any other channel. Roughly 25.8% of internet users use ad blockers, which means those ads that a lot of people pay so much for are not even being seen by a lot of internet users. That's 25% or over 25%. And according to studies, organic search drives about 53% of search traffic, and paid search drives about 27%. What this means is many users out there search for something and they skip these ads and they click on the first organic search result. I am one of those people, even though I know the importance of not doing it because I'm also a digital marketer. I still do it. So it happens. It happens. A lot of us do that. So the next thing is Jack.
All right, there should be a new poll question pop up on your screen. This is a trivia question. Just know that your responses are not saved and we won't harbor ill will if you get it wrong. This is just to keep you engaged, but curious what you guys think. On average, how many times does Google make changes to their search algorithms every year? As Lacey shared, they're constantly changing it. Do you think it's A, 1,000 times per year? Is it B, 12 to 15 times a year? Is it C, 50 to 60 times per year? Or is it D, 500 to 600 times per year? Y'all got about 20 seconds. Curious to know what y'all think. And Lacey, I know that you know the answer. So I don't know what to ask you here. Is there anything you want to talk to about it?
Well, I've already given away, you know that it's a lot, so you probably know it's more than 12 to 15, but I'm not going to give away too much more.
Good test taking strategy, process of elimination, right?
There you go.
All right, so we're at the end of the poll. Let's see what everybody said. All right, so this should pop up on everybody's screen. About 13% thought it was A or B, either 1,000 or 12 to 15. So pretty differing opinions there. C said 50 to 60, and then a little over third, 38% said 500 to 600 times per year. Lacey, keeper of the answer, what's the correct answer?
On average, it's 500 to 600 times per year.
Wow.
This is a mix between changes to the algorithm, updates to the algorithm, and improvements to the algorithm. So this is all included in this number. But however, it's also important to keep in mind that this can be, this is an average. For example, in 2018, the total number was 3,234.
Holy cow.
Yes. So any way you look at it, Google changes their algorithm at least once a day, sometimes multiple times a day. So that's, again, it's just, important to keep in mind that, again, SEO changes. You need to stay on top of your knowledge in order to make the best use of the changes for your website.
Great. Thanks, Lacey.
All right. You're welcome. All right. Moving on. Okay, so starting, this is where you want to start if you are ready to optimize your small business website. The first step is to determine which keywords your target audience will be searching for to get to your website. So what I mean by that is if you sometimes we, the professionals, have a extensive vocabulary of the things that we think that are important, but it ends up being jargon. It's not what your target audience is searching for. So for example, if you sell home goods and you are using the word duvet, and your searchers, your target audience, are searching for the word comforter, you want to optimize for the word comforter, even though your word is different. You want to make sure that what is on your website is what they are searching for. Now, how do you know what they're searching for? There are keyword research tools that are available online, such as Answer the Public. That one is free. So you can put on Answer the Public, It is free, but there is a paid version for extra searches. But anyway, that one is you can put in a keyword, for example, the word chocolate, and you can answer. The public will come back with all of the questions that people are putting in search queries that have to do with the word chocolate. And the way you can use this is you can use their actual search queries to develop your own blog or website content. Reddit is another excellent way to find what people are searching for, what people are talking about, and the words that they are using. Search the terms your target audience is talking about and look for the topics that they're talking about with the questions that they're asking, because you can go and then answer those questions on your website. So when they Google those questions, your website content is popping up. And then exploding topics. This is a different type of tool. Exploding topics will tell you what people are searching. And the great thing about this tool is you're able to kind of monitor keywords that maybe haven't peaked yet. So maybe exploding topics will kind of has their own algorithm where they say, okay, this topic is extremely popular right now. Or they could come back and say this topic is expected to be really popular in 6 months. Those are the ones you want to pay attention to. Those are then you can be kind of the early to it, kind of have that information already on your website available for in 6 months when your target audience is kind of searching for what you want. Again, exploding topics is free to an extent. There's a free version and of course a better version that's paid. It's made by the same company that does SEMrush, which is a SEO company. They're a great one, but again, it's expensive, so you might not want to purchase it right away. But if you hire somebody who does SEO, they'll probably have that. And that's probably what they use. Anyway, moving on to creating content that your target market will love. Do some Google searches and examine the content that's already out there ranking for your keywords. This is your keyword competition. Remember that from the vocabulary. These are your websites that are already ranking for what you want to rank for. Conduct your own research to determine why people link to content in your industry and create content that industry websites are linking to. So then you are not only looking for your competition, but you're also looking for larger publishers or larger social media platforms, things like that. What are they sharing? What are they covering? This can really help you. I helped a business rank really quickly by paying attention to that. What we did for their website is actually used influencers to our advantage, but without paying them. What we did was we created some content on their website that was like, these are the influencers, these are the top 10 influencers in this industry. And then we sent that to the influencers and they shared that on their platforms, which sent a lot of traffic to their website and caused them to rank really quickly. So keep that in mind. Find out what the influencers are sharing in your industry and maybe cater to them a little bit and they will share your content a little bit. Make sure your content is truly useful to your targeted customers. What problems do your customers have? And you need to provide solutions. So remember, your content should be focused towards your website's visitors, what they want, not necessarily what you want or what you want them to do. You need to kind of make the experience all about them. Truly great content should be shared and linked to. 90%, or excuse me, 94% of blogs and articles online have 0 shares and 0 external links. And this is because it's not appealing enough to share. So prioritize quality over quantity. If you've got to choose one, make really, really good content on your website that's shareable, that's linkable, and less of it goes a longer way than lots of it, but not very good. Long form content gets an average of 77% more backlinks than short articles. What this means is those more in-depth articles are linked to and shared more often than the ones that are shorter, more to the point. So keep that in mind. Create a hook. So this is the hook that you can say that will tell your targeted customers that this is useful content. So you can start with a case study. You can start with a statistic, a unique fact, a tool, or a download, something that will immediately, as soon as your people land on your website, they see a thing that is of value to them or is interesting to them. That is going to help your bounce rate. Remember, a bounce is when they land on your website and then back straight out of it. Okay. So getting them on your website and telling them something interesting, making them scroll down a little bit or download something, that is going to help your bounce rate. If you remember at the beginning of this presentation, I started with a statistic about Google because I wanted you to know why the content that I'm about to share is important to you. So keep that in mind that I took my own advice with my own hook. All right. Optimizing for Google. This is again, request the slides or the deck is what they call them. And you'll have this because it's just one of those things that it's kind of a formula to it. Keyword optimize your content. So at this point, you've done your keyword research. You have done your topic research. So you know your keyword, you know the topic that you want to cover, and you want to, you know the keywords that you need to include. Put your keywords in your title tag, which is the top tag of your content. Put it in the first 100 words of your content in your image alt text. So when you add a picture to your website, there is an option to add alt text or alternative text, whatever. This is if the website picture doesn't load, the alt text will appear and say, oh, this is a picture of the inside of a car or something like that. So it's telling Google what is in this picture really is what you're doing. But keep your keywords in that alt text. You're going to add that yourself. In an H1 tag, so headings are so not the title tag, that's the title, but the next heading is where you also want to include keywords. In an H2 or H3 tag, which means again you've got to have longer content so that you have a second heading and a third heading. Make sure you can go farther, H4, H5, but just make sure you have at least 3. And also make sure that your keywords are in the last 100 words of your page. Now, I will have a caveat to this and make sure this is where the challenge comes in. Do not keyword stuff, which is just putting as much of the keywords, saying them over and over and over on purpose. The algorithm knows better than that. It does not favor that sort of content. So again, making it more long form gives you more opportunities to put those keywords in the right places, but also while you just keep in mind, while you're optimizing for a machine, you are being read by people. So you kind of have to find the balance of making Google happy and making your people who will actually read this content happy as well. They're both important. Add LSI keywords throughout. LSI keywords are words or phrases that are closely related to your targeted keywords. These are keywords that will help tell Google with more certainty what your context content is about. Let me give you an example. If your website is all about the Wizard of Oz, LSI keywords might include Emerald City or the Wicked Witch of the West or Glinda, things like that. So related to what you do, but not your exact keywords. So make sure that LSI keywords are kind of sprinkled in there, mainly in the first half is my advice. Find LSI keywords by searching your keyword and then scrolling to the bottom of the search results page. So you'll see, you've probably seen this on Google. So you search the keyword that you want, for example, Wizard of Oz, and then you scroll all the way down to the bottom of the searches of the search page. You will see searches related to keyword, and then the words that are in bold are related to your search, and they make as great as LSI keywords because you see that Google already recognizes them as related to the search that you're trying to rank for. Now, you just learned how to optimize for Google, try to make Google the machine think, know what your website is about. Optimizing for users, the people who are going to visit your website, is another part of it. You definitely want to avoid those bounces. You want to avoid people having a negative experience on your website. So again, you want to prioritize the actual people who are going to be coming to your website. So how do we do that? Your website design is your business's first impression for many customers, so you want to make the most of it. Make sure your website design is clean and uncluttered, and it's well organized, and it looks as professional as possible. One study found that 94% of visitors would reject a website or mistrust a company based on website design. Those are design related aspects. That's 94%. That's a lot of visitors. So keep that in mind. When I say clean and uncluttered, what you really want to prioritize is think about why are your visitors coming to this website, and show them. So if they're coming to your website, this page on your website, because they are looking for red shirts, okay? Back to the red shirt example, because they're looking for red t-shirts, then you don't want to hide the content of the red t-shirts that you have for sale down, click here, click there. You want to show them immediately the red t-shirts that you have available on your website. Okay, so keep that in mind. You want to show them right away that they've landed in the right place. Don't click away, okay? Provide actionable or valuable information right from the beginning. Don't start with why the topic is important or why you are qualified to talk about it. That's centered around you. You want to make it about their experience, and the information that is why the topic is important and why you are qualified to talk about it. That's important information, but it comes a little bit later. First, you want to worry about writing a short intro and then jump right into what the blog topic is about, or even if it's a product page that you're trying to set up, show what the product is right away, and then you can explain why this product is amazing. Layout and design. Visitors should clearly and easily see what they're there for. There is a statistic, and I am talking off the cuff right now, but it's a statistic, and I think it's about 6 seconds, where you have about 6 seconds of attention for people to be able to find what they're looking for on your website. After that, they click away. So just keep that in mind. You want it to be really, really plain that they have landed on the correct website. All right, building backlinks. So backlinks is when what we call it when another website links to your website. In the very beginning, when Google was just starting, Google ranked websites based only on backlinks. So they used to be super, super important. And back at the time, we needed some way of indexing websites, and Google, that was a great way to do it. However, as you know, I'm sure, once Google took off and became the main search engine that people were using, people figured out, oh, if I have so many backlinks, then I can rank in Google searches. And so what companies would do is they would buy a bunch of website domains, and they would link to their own store website. So for example, JCPenney would, if you were looking for throw pillows, JCPenney would backlink to themselves, saying that they are a source for where to get information on throw pillows. So that made them rank. Google figured out that other people figured out their algorithm, and so they had to change it. Otherwise, they wouldn't be Google. So how do you build backlinks? They're still important. They're just not as important as they used to be. But yeah, I don't want to insinuate that they're not important. They definitely are. It's just not the only thing that's considered. Creating great content is the first thing you want to create backlinks. Whenever all of us on our websites, we want to create a great user experience. And so whenever you have great content, directing users to your content is a benefit for the website owner as much as it is for you. And searching for broken backlinks, there's several broken link checking tools you can find online. Use Google Chrome's Check My Link extension. So those are ways that you can find broken backlinks. Visit websites that link to content like yours and get in contact with the website owners. And you can check for broken links using that Google Chrome extension, Check My Links. And if anything is broken, you can get in touch with the owner of the website and say, hi, I have a great article that is related to this topic. I see that this link is actually broken. You could link to my website instead. That's a great way to build backlinks into your own website. And also sharing it on social media. Really getting your content out there is a great practice for this. Okay, moving right along. Yes.
Hey, Lacey, real quick, it's very rare that I have value in your presentations, but I'd like to offer up an idea relative to the backlinks. We were actually in a meeting yesterday with the credit union's marketing department, and we have blogs, and we use SEO in a lot of our marketing strategies. And come to find out, one of our blog articles, or a couple of them, have actually been used as backlinks on other websites. And so we were able to measure this random traffic we were getting to our websites because somebody had picked up our relevant content, proposed us as a subject matter expert, and therefore driven additional traffic to our websites to understand our value proposition. So anyway, just a use case scenario where the credit union's literally drinking the Kool-Aid of what you're talking about. So
great. Excellent.
And then I just wanted to touch base. We got about 20 minutes. I know you've got a lot more to cover, but just a quick time check.
Okay, excellent. Thank you so much for that. All right, so the next thing you want to make sure that you're doing for your website is optimizing for mobile. So 61% of mobile users are more likely to contact a local business with a mobile website. So especially if you have a brick and mortar business, you really, really want to make sure that you are optimizing for mobile so that your local users can find you. 88% of searches for local businesses run on a mobile device, either call or visit the business. 88% of searches for a local business on a mobile device either result in a call or a visit to the business within 24 hours. And a purchase follows up 28% of all local searches. Again, these are just statistics that are telling you in plain English that you just need to be optimized for mobile searches, because there are a lot of people, myself included, who are using this to find your website or to find your business. You can test how mobile friendly your page is by using Google's mobile friendly test tool. And this is the link. Again, request the slides and you can have this link. You don't have to worry about writing it down or anything like that. Okay, so optimizing for local business searches using Google My Business listing at google.com/business. You want to create or sign into a business Google account. So if you haven't already, you're going to want to create a Google account for your business. So it's going to have a Gmail. All of the Google tools are linked to some Google accounts. So set one up for your business, enter your business name, address, and your phone number. So this is when you're setting up your Google My Business. Pin the exact location on the map. Sometimes whenever you put in the address, the map is a little off, so just make sure you put the pin exactly where your business is. Select a category, stick to one category for best results. So even if you do this and that, choose one category. It just, Google likes it better. Add additional numbers and or websites. So if you have cell phone number that you want to make public or website and everything like that, make sure you add that to your listing. Finish and verify the listing, which is just a process that Google goes through. And there is a phone or mail option for verifying it. Just make sure that you complete it however you choose and click on info in the sidebar to view your business info. Okay, so click the pen icon to edit this information on there. So whenever you're looking at it, this is going to make more sense. So again, when you request, when you get this, just remember that this is just a step-by-step of what you should do. Click on the info on the sidebar to view your business information and click the pen icon to edit the information. And the more information you provide, the better. Okay. On-page SEO tips for local businesses. Again, this is to show up in local searches. On-page SEO is mostly the same for on and offline businesses, but here are a few extras. So what I just explained in the previous slides applies to you, but add this as well. If you own a one location business, make sure that you optimize your homepage around your location. So if you are only in Atlanta, Georgia, and you have your one location there, make sure you mention several times on your page that you are in Atlanta, Georgia. Include the name, address, and phone number information on your homepage, not just on the Contact Us page. Make sure it matches your Google My Business listing. So what that means is maybe at the bottom of every single page, whenever you're setting up your website, make sure you have your name, address, and phone number information on that website. And I would say put it on every single website page as a footer or something like that. Again, Google likes it. Google recognizes this website is connected to this local business, is essentially what we're doing. Okay, I'm rushing here, sorry. We are talking about monitoring your progress. So after you set all of this up, you want to see how you're doing. Otherwise, you won't know what works and what doesn't. Here are a couple of tools that you can use. One is Google Analytics, information on the performance of your website. You go to analytics.google.com and you can set up a Google Analytics account. You can link that account into your website, and that will monitor clicks and bounces and shares and how many people are, where people are coming in from. It's a great tool and it's free, and there's lots of information online on how to use that tool. Google Search Console, this is tools to improve and optimize your website. Again, search.google.com. This is more information about making sure your website is showing up in searches on Google. So moving along. All right, it's back to Jack.
All right, I'll give you a break. Grab that water, Lacey. All right, so poll question number 3, last and final. Again, remember, this is not going to be saved, and we promise not to chastise you if you don't get it right. but we want to know if you're paying attention a little bit, or if you had any thoughts of what percentage of consumers said they would disregard a business if they can't find them online. In other words, you don't have an SEO presence and they couldn't find you, so they just gave up, or they just said they're not worth doing business with. Was it 35%, 62%, C, 53%, or D, 86%? So again, what percentage of consumers said they would disregard a business if they couldn't use SEO to find them? Lacey, I know you know the answer.
I
And we've
do.
got about 10 seconds for people to give their best guess. So
Yeah,
go ahead and put those-
personally, I'm pretty unforgiving on this. If I can't find you online, I'm not. I don't. So I'm thinking the number's going to be high.
Let's see what we thought. So I'm going to share these poll results, everyone. And it looks like an overwhelming majority said 86% of consumers would disregard a business. The remaining three pockets were 14% apiece. So what's the answer, Lacey?
The answer is actually B, 62%, according to a study conducted by Safari Digital, a digital marketing company. So 62%. Again, that's still over half. So you definitely will be doing yourself a favor, even if you don't have a super well optimized website. Just to have some sort of online presence is really going to help you.
So out of 100 people, that means that only 30, out of 100 people, 62 people, if they can't find you online, say, we're not going to deal with them. That's really narrowing your target market. Not a good idea.
Yeah.
So for those of you that have stuck around, I know we've got a few minutes left. We've still got some more information to share, but we wanted to pause real quick for some questions. So if you have any, go ahead and drop those into the Q&A feature located in your WebEx menu. But Lacey, you mentioned earlier SEM, search engine marketing, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was a company that you mentioned that you kind of like, or that somebody might want to be aware of. Which one was that?
It's SEMrush. It's SEMrush, and I think that's the website. It's semrush.com. That they are search engine optimization experts, so they have a great product that is for search engine optimization. They also, I believe, at least the last time I was on there, they have a free trial. So even if you're not sure because it is an investment. And you might find that it is less or more cost effective to hire somebody else to do your SEO. But if you want to try it yourself and see how you're doing, SEMrush does have a good product, and also a less expensive but also good product that I really like is Ubersuggest. It's a lot less expensive than SEMrush. It's not as good, but it is a very good tool.
And then for any other ideas for partnering with a search engine marketing company or anything like that, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's a number of local kind of boutique type shops or contract workers or things like that that can help small businesses kind of scale, if you will, because it can be very cumbersome for one person to do it, right, Lacey?
Yes, very much. And that's why I freely, I do it on the side as well. I freely share information with our members and just with people who want to ask. I will tell you everything that I do. There's no big secret, but I share the information because I know how much work it is, and my customers will probably just let me do it in the long run. But yeah, it's definitely something. You can find somebody on Fiverr, which is you can find a freelancer. You can hire companies. Just make sure that they are showing you what they're doing every single month, and make sure that you're happy with the results. I do that. I think everybody should do that. So if they're not showing you what they're doing and what you're paying for, find somebody who will.
Exactly. And just if I may say, if you do a local Google search or any kind of search engine for local SEO experts, that's a pretty good litmus test. If they show up at the top or if they show up on your search, pretty good test to see if they can do the same for you, right?
That's exactly it. Yes.
All right. So I think that's about it on the questions. So for the sake of time, let's keep things moving along. Lacey, I'm going to throw it back to you to kind of tell us how your department can help folks out and maybe engage with you for some follow-up conversations.
Okay, that sounds great. How can we help? Well, first of all, if you're setting up the business, you're going to want to have all of your business finances separate from your personal finances. And that's where we can start with a business membership. We have business checking and savings accounts. There is one savings account with every business membership, and then you can have multiple checking accounts if that helps you with your with running your business. You have online banking, bill pay services. You have mobile deposit after the business has been, the account has been open for 30 days. Online statements, which are absolutely free. We do wire transfers and ACHs. So what you want to know, mainly the biggest thing, is that we don't have any monthly service fees on our business accounts. So a lot of places do have monthly service fees. We don't. But again, you want to enroll in online statements, because paper statements, there is a fee for that, but enrolling in online statements once your account is open, that makes it free and no monthly fees. And then talking about the products that we own, if you are less than 2 years, or if your business has been in operation for less than 2 years, we have several loan options. For one thing, we have an overdraft protection loan. We have business auto loans up to $40,000 and business Visa Platinum credit cards with credit limits up to $20,000. When your business is less than 2 years old, you're going to just you're going to need to be prepared to show your personal income, because since your business doesn't have an income yet, we get you qualified based on your personal income and year-to-date business income. Now, if your business hasn't earned any money, you can still apply and we can still get you qualified based on your personal. But if your business is running and earning an income, it helps you get approved for those products. Moving along to the larger products. So if your business has been in operation for 2 years, and when I say in operation, I mean has filed taxes for 2 years. It doesn't simply mean that it has been in existence for 2 years. But if it has, you can do business auto loans, not just vehicle or not just cars and trucks, but you can also do planes and boats. And that $40,000 limit is not there. And then we can also do equipment loans, real estate loans, lines of credit, overdraft protection loans, and Visa Business Platinum credit cards up to $50,000 credit limit. So keep those things in mind. And here's our contact information if you are ready to set it up, or if you have questions or you want to talk to me about SEO or anything else. This is our information. All right.
I think that cues me, right?
That's you, Jack.
All right. So I just want to throw out, for anybody that might have additional questions, go ahead and throw them down in the box down there. We may have a couple minutes here shortly. So Lacey gave us a ton of information about SEO marketing, different considerations to help you make your business thrive. What I want to do is just make sure that we're addressing all of the opportunities for you to have a benefit from a relationship with the credit union. So what this slide is intended to share with you is just a link to some of our current offers available from now until the end of the year. The main offer that I want to highlight here is the opportunity for you to become a member, both your business becoming a member or you as an individual. If you're not a member yet, take a look at the QR code there as well as the promo code. We'll actually deposit the first $6 into your individual account if you use promo code BD4412. On top of that, some of the offers we have going right now are $25 when you open up a new checking account. That applies both to individual and business checking accounts. So if you open up a new checking account and you spend $25 within the first 60 days, we'll essentially reimburse that $25 back to you. Another thing that I want to highlight for those of you on an individual level that may need some extra spending money for the holidays, We do have our holiday loans now available. They're available at aacreditunion.org/holiday loan, or go to our website, use the search feature, keeping on theme here, type in holiday loan. You should get some information there. And then last but not least, we do have other offers, but I always want to highlight that our auto loan rates are as low as 2.35% APR on both used and new purchases. That also applies to refinance loans once the discounts are applied. So if you are in the mood to reconsider your current financing situation, or maybe you're in the market for a new vehicle, please, please, please keep us in mind. So another of the offers that we have that we always set apart separately, because we're here for the holidays and we want to share the gift of membership to the members of your family. You'll actually pocket $25 for each referral who joins. You can earn up to $250 a year. So if you have any grandparents, parents, brothers, sisters, domestic partners, spouses, kids, grandkids, any roommates that might be able to benefit from a relationship with the credit union, please consider referring them, and they'll use promo code REFER25 and your account number when signing up online or in the branch, at which point we can drop $25 into your account, give you some extra spending money for setting up those SEO marketing arrangements, or for the holidays for a little extra cash in your pocket for walking around. So I want to make sure we covered everything here. I don't see any more questions at this point. So I'm just going to close by saying thank you for joining our webinar. Be sure to check out our upcoming webinar topics, as well as any other events that the credit union has going on, by visiting aacreditunion.org/events. Also, a quick plug here, keeping in the social media space and the marketing and digital advertising space. Give us a follow on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and new to the lineup, YouTube. It keeps you up to date on what we got going on, helpful hints, tips, things of that nature. We really, really try not to direct sell any of our products and services on our social media. We may highlight things from time to time, but it's just a great way for you to stay in touch, what's going on, and hopefully benefit from some of the tips and tricks that we post there on a regular basis. And last but not least for this slide, be sure to follow us on YouTube as well. A number of you have asked for a copy of today's presentation and how you might be able to watch the recorded webinar at a later time. On that survey, go ahead and indicate you want a copy of today's presentation. We'll send that out to you early next week. And then we should post this recording by mid next week, if not sooner. The easiest way to find us on YouTube is to search for American Airlines Credit Union, and our channel actually features all previous recorded webinars that we've been able to make available as well. So I'm going to throw up Lacey's contact information for our final thoughts. That way, if you need to reach out to her for anything, please do. But on that survey that we're sending out, you will have the opportunity to ask to be contacted by a credit union representative. That includes Lacey. So if you're interested in connecting with her, learning a little bit more about SEO or even business accounts in general, that's how you can do that. So I want to thank you all again for tuning in today. I know we covered a lot. Lacey was going 100 miles an hour, but hopefully you got some valuable information from today's webinar. Remember, if we didn't get to your question, or if you have one that's more personal, you can indicate that on the survey. We do have all of our November webinar topics posted at aacreditunion.org/events, so check that out. And on behalf of Lacey, myself, and the entire credit union, I want to encourage you all to stay safe, healthy, and happy out there. Thank you again for tuning in. Lacey, anything else you want to add?
Just want to thank you all for being here. Thank you so, so much for sharing your time with us.
See you next time, y'all.
Bye.